So this one is really big for me. There is no shortcut for making money. Okay, I know it might sound like for some guys like such big news, and for some guys, oh, I know that, but a lot of guys that think they know it act differently from my like my historically what I've seen. So this is a conversation, and by the way, I'm wearing Boost, my fitness center's t-shirt, so it's a new shirt. So this is a conversation that I have at least twice a week with friends or at conferences or just people who are consulting to and stuff like that. The opportunity for me, like to share what I learned and been through, is amazing for me. And people just tend to ask me, like, why am I doing those videos? And they think that I want to get traffic. I want to get like people signed up to my affiliate network, or just like get more consultations and stuff like that. No, believe me, the reason for why I'm doing it is because I think that knowledge should be free, and I know that a lot of guys that are already watching my videos and see me on conferences and stuff are going to learn most of those stuff anyway. So why not just make it easier for them? And also, I believe that people that just learn from me, it's my interest to have like people who learn from me at the higher spots and the highest spots that they can get to, because then I have friends whom I helped. So my videos are short, but basically they summarize each idea in a really good way that you can remember. And also, I should probably point out that those are not really my ideas, at least not all of them. It's just stuff that I take from books, from podcasts, from maybe seminars and stuff like that. So I'm just summarizing it and just trying to make it like more like internet, digital marketing, media buying oriented and stuff like that. So, having said that, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already done so, and share my videos so that other people would be able to enjoy them. So the reason for why you're not making money usually comes from the same places with everyone. So I know that you probably think that you are different, but newsflash, you're not. So it's either something from your past is blocking you. So for example, a lot of people have like an idea of how rich people are bad, or that if they'll have a lot of money, they'll have a lot of problems. Stuff that they've heard when they were kids. And um, usually what I'm trying to say is that it's something that you're usually really not aware of. It's kind of a blind spot in your life. So and this is why I really think with this industry in specific, that personal development, it's such a big thing, and it helped me a lot. And I highly recommend you to start listening to some podcasts, or even going to a Tony Robbins seminar, just to figure out like what's holding you back and where you want to be. So usually when I talk to people about what's holding them back, they want to jump into the second or third step of the way. Okay, so the second step being what I need to do. Okay, they want an action item, especially if they are men. They want to know what they do next, what they're going to do tomorrow when they get up in the morning. And the third part is that what I need to have, or what will I become when I have what I want. Okay, guys, the first part isn't something that you should skip. In fact, it's not something that you can skip. It can skip. It's actually something that you can't really, if you don't do it, you can't move, or it will just like put such a big limitation. So when you start moving, you wanna make sure that you really focus on it and solve it. Um, and it's called your being. Those stories are such a big, total blind spots, and it puts a big limitations on how you see things and how narrow or wide your focus is, and that's what's stopping you. Okay, and believe me, I've been through that process. It has to do a lot with your business results and your campaigns results indirect. Okay. Second thing is that you object and reject people who want to help you. Hashtag ego problems. So as human beings, we just see what when we are really young, we see how people argue, we see how our parents talk, and usually people's first instinct, even without really thinking about it, when they are speaking to someone, is to reject. So remember, you don't know what you don't know. So if you act like you know everything, that puts also such a big limitation on how fast and how far you can move and advance. So there is always something and someone to learn from someone, and if you know, especially in this industry, the face that you're putting on isn't really the mask, not really face, isn't really making you stronger, because people really can pierce through it, they see through it, and it just makes you like an ungenuine person who people don't really want to do business or maybe even be friends with. Third thing would be you're comparing yourself too much to others. So when you do that, you're not really living your own life, but you're living someone else's, because it doesn't really change anything with your life is if someone is making more money than you or is more successful in any type of field. It doesn't affect in any good or bad way towards your life. So everyone has their own timeline for stuff, and I'm sure you've heard about really famous people who only made it when they were 40 plus. Just like chill, guys. You know, everyone thinks that they are losing in a race that they've made in their own minds. So everyone have their own timeline. So if someone is making more money than you, it has nothing to do with you, and you're comparing yourself. Just is usually one of the worst things that you can do. And I want to explain why. Okay, our brain acts like a muscle. When you train it to look at certain like bad things, it would keep looking for them. And because our brain can only do one specific thing at each time, that's where your focus goes. And as Tony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy flows. So that's where your energy is. You need to change it. You need to cut those really bad, like type of like pessimistic, comparing type of thoughts. Next thing would be you have unrealistic expectations. You see people's watches, trips, and money on Facebook, on Instagram, and conferences and stuff, and it always looks like all that they do is just party and have fun, and then comes the idea of passive income, especially if you're new to this industry and you're seeing videos on Facebook and stuff. People are like trying to push like really passive income, make money online type of thing. So the thought comes to mind, I'll just sit back in Cancun with my gin and tonic or my cocktail, whatever you guys like to drink, and the money would just flow in. So I want to get this one out of the way as fast as possible. Passive income historically exists only at the stock market and in real estate, and you need to have lots of money to make big profits there. And you're not always making profits there, of course. So all of the other things, uh, it doesn't really matter if you're playing the agency game, the affiliate game, or like the network game, or maybe you own a product. All of those things take tons of effort and time, and you need to just like work hard to make money. That's the honest truth. Like there are certain situations in life where you would sit in Cancun with that gin and tonic and money would flow in, but the fact is that you had to work a couple of years just to make sure it's stable and to build it. So just try and like clear those like passive income thoughts out of your head. So finally, I want to just like conclude with sharing Tony Robbins' ultimate formula for success. Some of you know it, some of you are just like hearing about it for the first time. I probably made some changes because it's how I remember it, and I also made like um, I'm going to give some examples from our industry in specific. So the first step would be knowing exactly what your outcome is, what you want to get, okay? What's your vision? And if you're going to have a vague or really wide vision, you're going to have a vague outcome, right? So if you want to make money or you want to do stuff like that, that's a very like wide thing and very like vague kind of an idea. So you want to be crystal clear. For example, I wanna get $500 profit each day, or like maybe it's like I wanna make 2,000 profit each day from affiliate marketing, or maybe it's a specific campaign. So that's a wider goal, like talking about affiliate marketing, but like that's the widest that I would suggest that you think. Um, so you need to have like you need to know that that specific goal is something that you want, and that puts like your focus towards that. So if you don't have a strong enough reason, you're just not likely to get there. So try to get to the real reason, the real why, the why is such a big thing, and not just saying things like because I want to be rich. Okay, why do you want to be rich? Try and ask yourself those questions till you get to the point, because when you'll have that idea, that would be your momentum, that would be what's keeping you like on track and going even when things are hard. And believe me, being an entrepreneur with affiliate marketing is pretty hard, such a roller coaster. Step two is take massive action. And it doesn't matter if it works or not, you need to take action. Okay, start campaigns, open another project. It doesn't matter as long as you learn from campaign to campaign and you're forcing yourself to make changes. Okay, and when I'm saying massive, I mean not just launching one, two, five campaigns. If you've decided to make it in affiliate marketing, you're in a mindset where you tell yourself that you're gonna launch as many campaigns as you can, and it doesn't matter if they fail, you keep going, and believe me, that's when and how you crack it. First step would be know what you're getting and ask yourself the question. It's like putting such like a mirror or something like that. Is what I'm doing getting the result is positive or negative? Is it making me closer or far, making me like lose my target basically? So if the answer is negative, and you're not getting closer to where you want to get, change your approach. Do something else. Approach it in a different angle, a different way, something like that. Um, and if the answer is yes, find out how to scale it, how you make your business much more sustainable, how you spend more money, how you get more money. So that's just like the template. And of course, you need to make sure you try and fit whatever you're doing. But I'm going to give you two wolf tips that I'm adding to it. Okay, so the first wolf tip would be that the biggest shortcut to this process would be finding someone who already did what you want to do, a role model, a mentor, someone like that, and just try and learn as much as you can from him, and that's gonna make the road shorter by sometimes weeks, sometimes even years. My second wolf tip would be just remembering that it's not about the goal, okay? Because in life, a lot of people just like, when we're kids, it's about the game score, it's about the test score, it's about those stuff. It's not about that in real life. It's about the road, the journey, and it's not about the end. The road is like the 98%. And don't forget to celebrate those small wins along the way, the good days, the profitable days where like the campaign is like really crushing it. Um, because then you're gonna be much happier like along the road, and you're gonna stand back on your feet much faster when things like when the shit hits the fan. So hopefully I've got some new ideas into your mind, and that would help you crush it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, thank you.